So in the last video, we created a very simple slideshow in Adobe Premiere using the Automate to Sequence feature found in the project panel. So now let's jump back in, add a few transitions, scale up and animate our images just a little bit to give that slideshow a little extra touch. Let's jump in. All right, so here we are back into Adobe Premiere, okay? And here are my images, and we don't really need these markers anymore, but we'll leave them there, that's fine. So when I left off, I selected my images and I right-clicked and said scale to frame size, okay? And that brought them down so they're roughly the height of my composition. So let's jump in here. I'm gonna mute this for now. I don't need to hear the audio. Kind of keep the noise down. And we're going to look in our effects controls and with our image. So let's take a look. And we'll animate the scale and maybe even the position. So let me play through this. Okay, so here we are walking. Let's go ahead and scale that up or scale that in. So I'm going to click on scale and it creates this little keyframe over here. And what I did was I clicked on the stopwatch. Okay, you only have to do that once when you're animating. So I'm going to bring that to the beginning, and I want to scale this in, so I'm going to bring this up. And rule of thumb is I don't usually go more than plus 10. So if I'm at 26, I'm not going to go any higher than 36 for this image, okay? Because you add too much to it, like even 10% or adding 10 points to that is still quite a bit. Yeah, that's not bad. In fact, I want to fill that frame out some more, so let's bring that up. I'm going to start with 32. Okay, so, and my rule of thumb generally is to go up by 5. Definitely no more than 10, because 10 makes it look rushed. So I started at 32. Just like that. So it's a nice, soft, very smooth transition in, or animation in. Okay. Seems to be some blackness at the very beginning. Let's take a look at that. So you see that? There we go. No? Yeah, interesting. While we're doing this, let's go ahead and add a transition to this. Let's add a dip to black. So I'm going to say video transitions, and it's under dissolve. Let's find a dip to black. There we go. And just drag that out. And I'm going to bring this back a little ways. So it starts from nothing, it comes up, just like that. Not bad. Oh. Yes, if you double click on your transition, you can type a number in. So I'm going to say 13. I have a thing for odd numbers. I'm just a strange person like that. There's something about seeing an animation or a transition. I can spot it when it's done in an even number. So I like odd numbers. Call me crazy. All right, so that's how you animate and add a transition. So now let's go ahead and animate this next one. And looking good. So let's see here. If you hold down Control, I'm going to scale this up. But if you hold down Control, it goes up by the point 10, the tenths, right? So I can scale this up a little bit. And this time I'm going to animate the position and the scale. So I'm going to start with the scale at 42.5. And just like in a previous video, if I double click, I can move this over like so. Yeah. I'm going to click on position again. So there's my keyframes. Now I'm going to move out into time. And I'm going to scale this down again a little bit. Double click it. Move it like so. So now what I've got is a nice cool animation like so. Okay. Now, let's add a cross dissolve. So I'm going to add a cross dissolve in from first one and second one. A cross dissolve, and remember when you add any transition really, you have a little bit of extra leeway. That's why you have this right here. So that means this image is starting to be shown right already, But then currently your animations, as you can see up here, don't start to here. They start a little bit later. So we're starting to see our image, and then we see the animations. So when you add a transition, it's always best to keep that motion going by extending, like coming back in here and moving those positions out. You know, move that one out, and then we'll have to do it again for this one over here. So let's grab this one. You can see it's dead there. It's still being shown. We got to move it out. Yeah, so there's constant movement going on. Seeing that stop in the mid-transition, it adds a little bit of a jolt to it. It's kind of jarring to the eye, okay? So there you go. There's a couple real quick transitions. You got in and zoom out. All right. Remember to save your work. And you're going to go through and do this for your entire sequence, okay? You're going to do this all the way through your entire video, and then maybe end with a dip to black at the end. So you're just nice. And again, I'm just going to double click, and I'm going to say I'm going to make this one 1.15, so a minute and a quarter of, or excuse me, a second and a quarter of a second. And I might actually drag it out a little bit more. I'm going to cheat. Yeah, I like the length of that dip to black. That's nice. I'm going to save that. All right. So that is how you create a very quick image slideshow in Adobe Premiere. So a lot of people, friends, family will be like, can you make a slideshow? Sure. This is a very quick and easy way to do a slideshow. Of course, you can add text over top, animate all of that, and embellish it as much as you would like. But this is very quick and easy to kick one out. Okay. Hope you found this helpful. I look forward to seeing your work in class, and we'll see you in class.